And we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to give you a moment to log in. It is 3:01. 3:01. Hope you can join me live. All right. Awesome. So today, let me get my notebook out. For those of you that don't know who I am, if this is your first time tuning in to one of my Facebook Lives, you're new to the group, you just came across me and you're wondering like, who the heck is this Dorothy-Inez? Well, let me tell you who the heck Dorothy-Inez is. I am a confidence and beauty expert. I've been in the beauty industry for over 25 years. I've been working with women around the area of confidence and self-care for the last 13 years. What made me a confidence expert was when I did my master's work. I have a master's degree and I had to do my thesis work, and I specifically studied confidence as it relates to women entrepreneurs. So my work is published in academic journals. I'm a 3-time international best-selling author, speaker. And so I just have a heart for empowering women to show up and be who God has called them to be. It truly is my soul's work on this planet. So when many of you joined my group and you have those questions that you answer when you come in, many of you said, what's affecting me showing up as my best and highest self is Dorothy-Inez. I fear judgment. I fear what others think of me. And I know, girls, that can be terrifying. I know I've been there. I can remember when video first came out. Years ago, I actually had fun doing video. If you go to my YouTube channel and you look at some of my old videos, because I was one of the first people teaching video back in 2013, but there was only YouTube. And I remember, doing that. And I was like looking at the background these days. I was like, yeah, that's a hot mess express, as my good friend Rochelle would say. But I remember worrying, especially when live video came. I remember worrying what others were going to think of me, because you're getting live interaction. And I just remember exactly how that feels. Let me click over to my screen here. I have, hey, Dorothy-Inez from Facebook user. I can't see your name. If you get a chance, register real quick. Those of you watching, register with StreamYard. So that way, a lot of people are using StreamYard these days. That way, when you come on anybody's feed, they know who you are and they can address you by name. Let me look here who that is. Carolina, be sure to register with StreamYard. It just takes a minute. So that way, every time I log in, I can see you. So today, I want to give you 5 ways to release the fear of judgment so you can shine online. Because right now, ladies, all of us are having to step out of our comfort zones and really step into being online with video, whether that's in a Zoom or whether that's going live. And so I want to give you my first tip. My first tip is know thyself. Because see, sisters, when you know who you are, as scripture says, no weapon formed against you can prosper. That means the words, the judgments of other people about what you're doing. When you know who you are, you can show up and shine in any environment. So you might think, well, Dorothy-Inez, how do I know myself? Well, there's a couple of ways. The knowing yourself is a process. It's an ongoing process because you're always evolving. And so some of the things I would recommend is, if you've never done a Strengths Finder, is go on to Amazon and order the Strengths Finder book, and it's going to give you a little code, and there's this really in-depth test that you can take to help you identify your natural strengths, your natural strengths. And when you discover that, you can begin, it starts to uplift you. It starts to build your confidence, understanding your personality type and owning it. The more you get to know who you are, the more confident you will be. And then those of you who follow me, I'm always going to come from that spiritual perspective, because I believe that is where real confidence comes from. It's when you know who you are as it relates to how God sees you. What does God say about you? And when you know that and you stand firmly in those truths, girl, you become unshakable. I'm telling you, when I was growing up, I always felt like I wasn't enough, never good enough for anything. Even to this day, my dad doesn't approve of the way I live my life. But you know what? There was a time that really would have bothered me. But now that I'm older, now that I'm grounded in who I am, every child wants their parents' approval, but I don't need it. So when you think about who's judging you, is it friends? Is it family? Why does their opinion of you matter? Why does it matter? That might be something for you to explore. Why does it matter? Because at the end of the day, sister, it really doesn't. Another thing you can do is create an accomplishments board or a file of all the compliments people have given you. If you've gotten degrees, certificates, all the accomplishments that you've done in your life, and you keep that folder or that board and you go to it whenever somebody's talking crap about you. You go to that board and you talk to yourself and you're like, girl, that's one of my tips, by the way. I think that's tip number 4. But you go and you talk to yourself and you're like, girl, you are the bomb. Look at this. Look at this. Carolina, look at how awesome you are. Girl, you sold 5 necklaces today because, girl, you are the bomb.com. You speak life over yourself. So that's know thyself. And then know where you need to grow. Because not all feedback is bad feedback. Whenever people tell you an opportunity, be willing, if it's legit, be willing to see, you know what, you're right. I need to grow in that area. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback. But always be cognizant of the spirit that is coming from. Is that person giving you that feedback because they care, or are they giving you that feedback because they want to bring you down? So be able, and this is why your spiritual walk is so important, because you'll be able to tune in to what's for you and what's not. Tip number 2, stop judging yourself. Stop judging yourself. When you step into number 1, know thyself, and when you know who you are in relation to God and who God says you are, guess what? You don't talk crap about yourself, because what I have learned in my walk, that when I love myself and honor myself, I honor God. And so when I'm judging myself and I'm saying, girl, you're not good enough. Girl, you just don't know enough. When you go down that not enoughness, you're telling God that his creation isn't good enough. And the truth is, when God created you, sister, he said, it is good. It is good. And so you need to look at yourself and you say, girl, it is good. It is well. Girl, you got to talk to yourself, because the person who talks to you more than anyone else is you. So you get 60,000 negative thoughts per day. Girl, you got to be able to overturn those with truth. Talk the truth all the time to yourself. Next, don't let others define you. Stop letting other people tell you where your life should be, what you should be doing, how you should be doing it. Girl, bye. We are too old for that. We have to step into our own unique paths and own the path that God has set us to go down. I'm not worried about what so-and-so and so-and-so says. I don't care. And that's the attitude you have to take. You have to be so in touch and in tune with where you are headed. You have to have clarity in your call and in your purpose. So that way, when people come and talk mess to you, you're like, girl, bye. You know, you just got to kind of have that little attitude. And I know it might seem a little like, you know, a little much, but that's how you have to just talk to yourself sometimes. You just have to be like, girl, and get it together. Okay. Number 4, this is kind of what I've been speaking about through all of them. Number 4 is speak life. Speak life over yourself. And the key to speaking life over yourself, you can't just speak like positive affirmations. I don't know how many of you have tried positive affirmations and you're like, why isn't this working? Why aren't these positive affirmations working? These earrings are moving a lot. Why aren't these positive affirmations working? The reason they don't work, ladies, is because you don't believe them. You have to believe what you are speaking over yourself. You have to feel it in your body so strongly, because when you feel it in your body, you begin to send out, because emotions, feelings are energy in motion. And when you feel it in your body, you begin to broadcast a message out to the universe, out to everyone else, and you attract in that which you are. So whatever's showing up in your life, sister, you have manifested that. So you manifest not on a conscious level. You see, what shows up in our life isn't what's on the conscious level. It's what's in our subconscious. This is why your emotions are so powerful, because your body will respond to truth. So speak truth over yourself that resonates with your body. And then the last tip is envision your most successful self. So many women have said to me, Dorothy-Inez, I struggle with doing video. I struggle with doing video. And I get it, girls. I teach video from a very basic, comprehensive level. And I struggle. And you know why they struggle? Is because you girls are so focused on you. You're so worried about how you look. What are you gonna say? You. And see, what you have to do is you have to first of all remember, what is your call and purpose? Now, everybody's call and purpose is the same. Huh? What, Dorothy-Inez? Are you kidding me? No, my call and purpose is different. No, girl, your call and purpose is to serve. That is what each and every person on this planet, whether they're sleepwalking through life or they are awake, we are all here to serve one another. Now, how that looks, that's the part that's different. And so when you come and you speak to this camera and you look through this little green hole or whatever color your hole is on this thing here, you want to imagine that man, that woman that's on the other side that is waiting for you to show up. You have to envision before you press that go live button, before you go and do that speaking engagement, before you go and you share your products and services, I want you to envision your highest self. What does that highest version of you look like? What does she sound like? How does she stand? How does she speak? What is her posture like? How does she feel? Because remember, the feeling tone is what resonates out into the universe and attracts in that which you want. Okay? So you must see yourself, because see, if you can't see it, how can you be it? if you can't see it, how can you be it, sister? When you begin to see yourself as that successful, powerful, confident woman, you won't care about what anyone says about you, because you know, me and God, we got this. Because see, as long as you are in your ego, edging God out of the picture, out of the call and purpose, you will not stand confidently in what you're supposed to do. You will be worried about what other people think. But when you have God on your side, you are walking hand in hand. You are God's hands and feet on this earth. When you realize who you are, let me tell you, girl, the sky is the limit, okay? So I want you today to comment. Make a comment. I want to hear from you. What did you take away from today's conversation? Even I, as I'm talking, I had some little notes here, but God, I always feel God speak to me and extra stuff comes through. That's why I just make a note, because I'm like, whoop, God's going to take over this. And that's how you have to be. The word says, don't worry about what you will say. When you are connected with the one who gave you the mission, call, and purpose, and you just be the hands and feet, let me tell you, it will become so much easier to step out and fully be the unique, beautiful masterpiece God has called you to be. So again, I invite you to comment. I also want to invite you, if you get a chance, I want to give you a gift here. There is a gift, my free confidence guide. If you want to write that down, I also put it in the comments because I can't comment from here, but it's bit.ly SB Confidence 1, bit.ly / SB Confidence 1, okay? Download that when you get an opportunity. And then also, you know, some of you may want to get to know me a little more. So I want to invite you to check out my website, Dorothy-Inez.com. I've been doing what I do for 13 years, going on 14 years. And I just have a passion to help you show up and shine as your most beautiful, powerful self. Because when you do, girl, you have more influence, you create more impact, and you create more income. And that's what we're here to do. When we have those three things, we know we are making a difference in the world. So God bless you, and thanks so much for tuning in. Take care. Bye-bye.